Okay, getting you started on the controlling operating expenses. Actually, going to move that up to there. Controlling operating expenses. This is the Think Like an Accountant exercise for Chapter 4. And first of all, there's the Google Doc over here. Going to load that, which for Velcro Industries. And I want you to read the write up, and it talks about controlling expenses. Now, if you have a company and you're having a hard time being profitable, you pretty much need to figure out how to do one of two things. Either you need to sell more product or make it cheaper, or I guess that's three things, or cut expenses. All three things will benefit your bottom line or how much profit you generate. Well, in this case, Velcor realizes that they've got some issues with their expenses, and already it's May, and they're looking at some categories and going, oh my goodness, we need to do some stuff here. So you can skim through these instructions. I'm not going to read them verbatim, but you have the TLA Chapter 04 Excel file attached to this assignment. And I'm going to give you these video instructions to kind of get you going if you're working on this from home. And you're going to prepare a written analysis once you complete that Excel file. And first of all, give a brief description of your overall calculation, how you came to the data you came to. Just say I walk in the room and I have no idea how you got to that information. So explain to me briefly how you got there. All right. And then give a plan of action for at least two accounts on what you would do to bring those back into line with budget. Now use your imagination. Don't play Captain Obvious and, well, I think we need to reduce these expenses. Yes. How would you do that? Think about the various expense categories and what would you do to reduce those expenses? Again, I'm just looking for a brief written analysis here of a 100-word count minimum, and use sound writing conventions like complete sentences, grammar, punctuation, and all that, and some paragraphs. All right. This is some English practice here because accounting requires some what we call technical writing skills. Okay. So that's kind of the background of the assignment. And then you will put your summary down below here and document that and then turn that in with your completed spreadsheet. So I'm requiring two things: the completed spreadsheet and the written documentation. I'm also going to go in and get the instructions on how to attach an Excel file to a Google Classroom assignment. The first problem we have to run into is downloading the Excel file, right? So here we go. Now, if you have a Chromebook, this may be not as easy as maybe it looks. But here we open up the file, and it wants to open it up with Google Sheets. I don't want to use Google Sheets. Three dots in the upper right-hand corner. Open a new window. And it still wants to open it in Google Sheets. Then down up here in the upper right-hand corner, download. And if you're in Chrome, you will see it appear in the bottom left-hand corner. And there it is. And I'm going to open it up. Enable editing. Now, what you could do here is you could actually use your Google Sheets, maybe to some extent, as your instructions and put your Excel file over here on the right. Pop that. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put my analysis. I'm going to go down to see it down the bottom. Now you have your instructions and your analysis. I'm going to go over to analysis. Okay. And I'm going to kind of maybe minimize these instructions just a bit here. All right. Read all the instructions before working within the workbook. Well, I've already read all these. You can go ahead and read them yourself. Click the analysis worksheet tab. I did that. Key in your name up here. I'll key in my name. There you go. Create formulas to compare current expenses with the budget. Insert a column between columns C and D. There's a little bit of Excel 101 here. I'm going to click up here on column D, the letter D, right click, and insert. That's going to give me a column. I'm going to change my view a little bit. That's going to give me a column between C and E. By the way, I use my zoom down there to make my spreadsheet appear a little bit smaller text there. All right. And it says in cell D4, put in updated estimate. Create a formula in C5 to calculate an annual estimate of the account based on the actual amount incurred year to date. Now understand we're in month May. How many months through May? January, February, March, April, May. 5 months. Divide the year to date amount by the number of months, that's 5, to calculate a monthly average and multiply the amount by 12 months. Now that may look like a lot of stuff to you. It really isn't. I'm going to say equal sign because we start every formula with an equal sign. And we're going to say equals C5, my year-to-date amount through May 31st, divided by 5. Okay. And we want to put that in parentheses. Otherwise, it's going to get confused. You see, PEMDAS would be multiplication division. So that wouldn't work. The multiplication it would end up dividing by the wrong number. Okay. So divided by 5, that's going to give you a monthly average. I'm not going to calculate that right now. Times 12. So we're extrapolating or projecting out through the end of the year based on activity through May. This is what companies do all the time. This is something I did with my last job with Seneca Foods, where we had an expense budget through 6 months, and we projected it out through the end of the year. I'm going to hit my check mark up here. So it's saying, given that my salary and wages management, let's double click to auto fit that between B and C. My salaries and wages management is projected to be 132,545. Now I don't have to recreate the wheel. I'm going to use my fill handle, copy the formula down, column D. There we go. Column D. Enter the label over under budget in cell F4. Over under budget cell F4. All right. Create a formula in F5 to calculate a percentage that the updated estimate is over or under the annual budget. By the way, I need to get an underline over here. I'm going to watch this. Copy formatting from E4 over to F4. There we go. Make that a little bit wider. Here we go. All right. So to calculate the percentage, the updated estimate is over under the budget. Divide the difference of the two amounts by the annual budget amount. So we're saying equals, now this is where we have a percentage difference here, equals my updated estimate minus my annual budget. I'm going to put that in parentheses. That's going to be whether I'm over or under as far as the dollar amount goes. We call that the change in X, or the arithmetic change. Did it go up or down? Is it plus or minus? We're going to divide that by our annual budget amount, E5. We want to know what percentage are we over or under budget for the year projected. Check mark. You're like, 0. No, we want to put that as a percentage. Okay. How do we do that? Go to your home tab, drop down arrow, percentage. I'm going to just stick with rounded percentages like that. Okay. I'm just going to do it as a rounded percentage. I'm going to autofill that down. Calculation. Enter the label. Let's see, we already did that. We already did number 9. Okay. Copy the formula down. We just did number 10. All right. And where do I go from here? There we go. Number 11, click on any cell within the table. Okay, I'll do that. Whoops, I didn't get my, let's hit escape there. Hit somewhere in my table there. On the home tab, in the styles group, select format as table. Format as table. Select any of the table styles and click OK. Well, I want to do this one right here. Orange, table style, medium 7. You can pick and choose whatever you like there. All right. And I'm going to apply that to the table. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay. There we go. And click the filter tool in the over under budget column. That's over here. That's the drop down arrow, over under budget. Oh, wait, that's a lie. Select sort largest to smallest. Sorry about that. Yeah, click the filter tool in the over under budget column drop down arrow. Sort largest to smallest. So it's going to give us the expense accounts that have the highest over budget percentage. So here you go. Sort highest to smallest, largest to smallest, like so. Click the filter tool again. Select number filters and top 10. Except change top 10 to top 5. Now it's only going to filter out the top 5. Click OK. And there you have it. You have your 5 expense categories by percentage. And now you need to go back to, and obviously you need to save that. And like I asked in the assignment, save it with, I don't know what happened here, save it with your name maybe on the end of it. And then again, I'll include instructions on how to attach that to your assignment. And then go back to your write-up and complete the, what's going on here? Complete the, there'd be a short, embarrassing commercial break. I just lost everything here. There we go. All right. Complete the write-up down here at the bottom where you're going to, first of all, describe how you got here. Again, you're reporting to me and you're telling me, how did you get to those top 5? And then explain to me with at least 2 accounts there what you would do strategy-wise to reduce those expenses. Okay? Have fun with that. Turn that in. And by the way, if you get done with that and you have some extra time, you could dive into the next assignment for week 11, which is skimming at a yogurt shop. Take a look at that. Take care and enjoy your day.